little bit about our product and give you a better understanding of what Celebrity is about and why we kind of term ourselves modern luxury cruising. And part of the things you maybe have seen recently is our television campaign. It's called Wonder Awaits. And it's kind of our thought process of what our ships bring to the clients when they come on there. It's the magical experience of what cruising really is. And when I said earlier about modern luxury, you know, there's different levels of cruise lines out there, whether they're mass market, premium, sometimes the smaller cruise lines are what we term luxury. We feel we're in a different class by ourselves. We're a little above premium, but of course with our size ships, we have 2,000 to 3,000 passenger vessels, you tend to not fit into what the smaller ships can do, per se. But we also feel like with what we're doing to our new builds with the Celebrity Edge, as well as our Revolution, that we are a little more than traditional. That's why we term it modern luxury. Here you'll see our pillars. And our pillars have been kind of with the brand for many, many years. One of the main features of our pillars is the new ships and the design of our ships. You'll also see the destinations as being an important part of a vacation experience. One of our best rated pillars is always our cuisine. We're very well known for what we provide on board our ships for the food in the dining room, whether it's in the casual buffets or in our specialty restaurants as well. Also the design of our staterooms, as well as service is the last one. To me, all of these can be matched and have a lot of bells and whistles to it, but the most important thing to me is the level of service that we provide. We have a lot of staff that stay with us on our ships for many, many years and know exactly what that level of service that we try to do to provide our guests. Here's a picture of our newest ship, the Celebrity Edge. She came out in November of 2018, and you can see a little bit of her unique design. You can see how sleek the side of the staterooms look there, and those are our infinite verandas. And in the video that I'm going to be showing you in a little bit, we'll show you exactly what and how the infinite verandas really work. But the Edge class is our newest class, and it really is transforming the industry. We're very excited that Time named us as the Celebrity Edge as one of the world's greatest places to visit in 2019. And you can just see how gorgeous that ship looks out from the aft. We have a second ship coming out this year, the Celebrity Apex. It's going to be an identical ship. They run into roughly about 3,100 to 3,200 passengers. They are not in our largest class. They're not the largest one in the number of passengers, so they fit right there in that mix almost to the top. But you can see the itineraries it's going to be doing. It's going to start out in Europe. It's going to do some 7-night, 10-night, 11-night Mediterranean cruises, and then it's going to come back over to the Caribbean and winter there for, say, like November through April from 20 into 21. So now, the Celebrity Edge. And that's the Celebrity Edge. You can see how many amazing features that ship has. So that's going to be the identical to the Apex when she comes out. It's going to be identical to that Celebrity Edge, the video you just saw. And I hope you noticed where the infinite verandas and how they are utilized. Basically in the traditional veranda sense, they've expanded the usable space out to the water's edge. So now even during inclement weather, you have the visibility of the ports of call you're in because you have floor to ceiling, wall to wall windows that are utilized constantly, whether the window's up or whether it's open. Perfect for any opportunity, and it's great in Europe. So now, with that being said, how the Edge, right? The Edge and the Apex. We have older ships. So what we've done is we've gone through a revolution. And what we're in the midst of is bringing the older ships and updating them. So we have 4 Millennium class ships, and this is some of the pictures and the layouts of the penthouse suite and the standard staterooms that we are doing and revolutionizing. All new staterooms on the Millennium class ships. We're pulling them and taking them down to the studs basically and taking care of and redesigning them. Also the public areas. We're updating fresh everything, whether it's the restaurant, the Ocean View Grill up top where we've made it a little bit more easier for people to sit and to access the buffets. And also a picture of our Celebrity Retreat, which is our suite-only private guest area on board our ships. Here's a few pictures of our Solstice class, what we're doing with some of the there. All fresh new outlook. We didn't have to change a layout on those ships because they're newer. They came out since 2008. We are still updating all 5 of our Solstice class ships, which are in about the 3,000 passengers range. Some more pictures of what we're doing out on the sky deck with the retreat as well as the sunset bar. And here is a timeline. Once the Edge came out in 2018, we started the revolution. We've had 3 ships already done. Millennium, Summit, which are the Millennium class ships, are 2,000 passenger. Equinox does Summer Caribbean, which is a Solstice class ship, 3,000 passengers. So we're in that 2,000 to 3,000 range for ocean cruises. And you can see our schedule going forward. The Silhouette comes out in February, and you can also see right now it is in dry dock. So we are working on her as we speak. And we have the Constellation and the Infinity getting done yet completed before the end of the year. And the Constellation is really important to know because if you're looking for Europe this summer, Constellation's got some great itineraries, and she's going to be completely refurbished before she sets sail in the Mediterranean. And you can see the rest of the schedule, as well as what our new ship releases, the Edge, the Flora, which I'll show you a little bit more about in a second, the Apex, the sister ship this year, then our 2 other future ships, the Beyond, and the number 4, which is yet to be named. Here's the Flora. The Flora is our Galapagos baby. Basically, what we have is a 100-passenger, suite-only, all-inclusive vacation to the Galapagos. This is the first ship ever built specifically for the Galapagos. So some of the pictures here you can see of the ship. Here are some of the other ships we have in the Galapagos. We have the 100-passenger Flora, the 48-passenger Expedition, and the 16-passenger Exploration. So depending on what needs you have, as well as the budget, because obviously the suite only over here is going to come in at the highest price point usually, and these are our lead-in prices. What does a Galapagos package include? It's on so many people's bucket list, but what do you really get out of here? You get a 7-night cruise of the Galapagos Islands. You'll get pre and post in Quito, Ecuador. You'll also have basically all of your drinks included. It's basically an all-inclusive type of vacation, where it also will have your shore excursions with your naturalists coming from the Galapagos National Park System on board that will come out and host you on shore excursions. So all of your excursions are included as well on this trip. It really is a once-in-a-lifetime vacation, and it is something that people tend to think of as we'll get to it eventually, but more and more people are getting to it earlier than they would have expected. 2020 deployment, key focus points for us. Here are some of the main change-ups that we're doing. We mentioned the Edge and Apex will be coming out Europe we'll have. We also have Summit. We're going to be sailing to the Greenland and Iceland. I'll show you a little bit more on that. Constellation in Tampa. First time we've been in Tampa for a long time. The Flora, of course, in the Galapagos. And then the Eclipse is going to go between Alaska during the summer out of Vancouver, as well as South America cruises. So, itinerary-wise, one of our main focuses is in Caribbean, obviously. 7-night itineraries. Edge and Apex will be doing Eastern and Western out of Fort Lauderdale. We will also have some alternating shorter cruises for the Infinity, as well as longer ones for the Reflection. The Equinox is our year-round ship. We used to not be in the Caribbean year-round, but now we're there all the time with the Equinox. Here's some of the highlights of the Tampa. I mentioned the Constellation is going to be sailing out of Tampa. Once it gets refurbished in the Mediterranean and sails the European season during the summer, it's going to come back over to Tampa in November. It's going to do some 10 and 11 nights to the Eastern and Southern Caribbean. It's going to hit Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao on that southern route, as well as doing 11-night touch canals. So we're going to be sailing round-trip Tampa, going into Gatun Lake and turning around, coming back through the locks again. Here's our focus in Alaska for 2020. Again, we will have 3 ships. Round-trip Solstice will be sailing from Seattle. The Eclipse will sail round-trip 7 nights from Vancouver. And then the Millennium, who has already been refurbished and has got all the updates, is sailing the Open Jaw from Seward to Vancouver. And that is what you combine with our land tours in Alaska. The Summit. This is kind of a busy screen, but I hope it kind of helps you understand a little bit of what unique sailings we will have as well for her. She used to be what we would do during the summertime, all 7-night Bermuda. We still will have the Bermuda sailings, but we're including some other extra ports with them. Bermuda and Newport. Then we do a 10-night Bermuda, Newport, and Charleston with a double overnight in Bermuda and Kings Wharf, as well as in Charleston. Only on select days. 9-night Maine and Canada in the spring. Not just the traditional fall foliage sailings. Now we do have the 12-night round-trip Boston for 4 sailings later on in 2020 as well. And then here's our unique one that I showed you earlier on that the first screen that showed the Summit in Greenland and Iceland. It's a 14-night, August 2nd. It's going to sail from Cape Liberty through Iceland, through Greenland, over to Dublin. And then it's going to turn right back around, sail from Dublin, similar itinerary back to Boston. And then that's when it starts up its Canada-New England sailings. So great, unique sailings there. Europe. Going to be all over the Med with the Edge and the Apex with 7 all the way up to 14 sailings. We're going to do Northern Europe with the Silhouette and the Reflection, doing anything from the Baltic to the British Isles to the Norwegian fjords. And then the Constellation. This is one that's really important because it's gotten refurbished right before its sailings. It's going to be a country immersive Med. So it's going to be doing open jaws from Venice to Rome to Barcelona. So it's not going to be doing like a repeated itinerary over and over. Right now we have a Sail Beyond event going on. This is our promo offer that's happening currently. Traditionally what happens is Sail, you would not get anything but a low price. There's no perks. Sail Plus traditionally would get 2 perks. Sail All Included would get 4 perks. What are our perks? You can choose from the Classic Beverage Package, which includes alcoholic drinks up to $9 on the menu, unlimited. Per-person shipboard credit, prepaid gratuities, or free Wi-Fi. Those are your 4 perks you can choose from. Right now, we're adding an additional perk to these. So you can get 1 perk for Sail, 3 perk for Sail Plus, or still 4 for Sail All Included. So we're trying to make it more of an all-inclusive feel for you guys, where you don't feel like you're being nickeled and dimed once you get on board the ship, especially whenever you can include your drinks, include your gratuities, and give you some onboard credit for some shore excursions or for some other onboard spend. So that is basically what we've got going on right now for our wave offer, and it's the Sail Beyond event. And I thank you guys. Without the clients and the agents that work with us, we are just ships floating in the water, right? So, thanks. Any questions?